Boker Tov to everybody, Mazal Tov to the Davido family. Jonathan, Baruch Hashem, today became a bar mitzvah. Today you were the first day that Tefillin is obligated from the Torah, and we hope and we bless that Be'ezrat Hashem every day of your life you're going to continue to wear it with the beracha in the synagogue, Be'ezrat Hashem. Amen. You know, Rabotai, the Tefillin, this is our connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu says in the Torah, Tai Tefillin, the Torah says, Ukshartam le'ot al yadecha. Do you, when you wear Tefillin, do you say, Asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav itzvanu likshov Tefillin, or you say, Le'oniach Tefillin? So why the Torah says, Ukshartam le'ot al yadecha? You're supposed to tie it on your hand, and you say, Bracha le'oniach Tefillin. Says Chachamim, the word kesher in Hebrew means to tie, but it also means relationship. If you want to have a good relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, with God, how do you get a good relationship with God? Kesher with God, by tying the tefillin every single day. When you tie your tefillin that day, you have a connection to God. Somebody once told me, he said, Rabbi, you know, I don't know so much Torah, but I'll tell you one thing, this guy doesn't know much about Torah, be'emet. He says, Rabbi, you know, what is the reason? He told me this thing 20 years ago. He told me, Rabbi, what's the reason we don't wear tefillin on Shabbat? 20 years ago, there was no cell phone so much. There was very little. The amount of cell phones was much less. Everybody had a cord phone. Remember the cord phone? The cord phone had the wire. Remember the wire of the phone? Yeah. So he said, you know, what's the reason we don't tie tefillin on Shabbat and on a holiday? I said, no, tell me why. It says, because the tefillin, when you tie it, looks like a telephone cord. You're not allowed to use your telephone on Shabbat. It says, because the tefillin looks like a telephone cord and you're not allowed to use your telephone on Shabbat, you don't wear tefillin on Shabbat on a holiday. This Rabotai, that even this person felt that tefillin is your connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There is a very famous story that happened with the Twin Towers. Do you remember, back in the day, there was Twin Towers in New York. Do you know the Twin Towers fell, the first tower fell first, and the second tower had a delay of about 20 minutes between the first tower to the second tower. Do you know, those two airplanes that hit the Twin Towers was supposed to hit the Twin Towers at the same time. And if it would happen at the same time, the explosion that will be from amount of fuel, amount of gas that was inside the airplane, will blow up not only Twin Towers, will blow up more buildings next to it, and the damage would be much bigger. That was the plan of this Reshaim, that whenever they sent those two airplanes. The story goes, Abotai, that what's the reason there was a delay between the first Twin Tower, when he fell down, and the hit of the second Twin Tower? What's the reason there was a delay of 20 minutes? The story says that there was one guy over there, they publicized his name. You hear, Jonathan? And this guy, Jonathan, this guy that he was sitting in the second airplane, and he forgot his tefillin in the terminal. He said, I'm going to fly out right now without my tefillin. I don't want to forget my tefillin ever. Everywhere I'm going to go, tefillin is with me. So he comes to the Suardes, to the airplane over there, to the people in charge. They say, guys, listen, don't take off. I forgot my tefillin, my religious thing. I have to take it from the terminal. They said, what are you talking about? We already locked all the doors. There is no way you got to leave the airplane. If you're leaving the airplane, we're not going to let you back in. I said, I don't care. My tefillin is over there. I need you. Please open the doors. I need to get my tefillin. Rabotai, the arguments goes back and forth between the airplane and the guy that had his tefillin. He forgot his tefillin in the terminal for 20 minutes. They say, no, you're not allowed to. It's against the law. It's against insurance laws. It's against this, against that. He blows up. He says, I need my tefillin. I will never lose one day without tefillin. Rabotai, the airplane goes back and forth 20 minutes. The guy leaves the door. He says, I don't care if you're going to pay me back the ticket price. If you're going to allow me back in the airplane, I will not lose one day without tefillin. Rabotai, the person left the airplane, and this was the second airplane that hit the second Twin Tower. What's the reason this person was saved? Because he did not forget his connection to God. What is our connection to God as Jewish people? Every single morning we tie our tefillin on our hands. What's the women's connection to God? They tie their head covers. Whenever a woman put a head cover, comes like you, put your tefillin. That's why Jonathan, Bezrat Hashem, today you started your connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Every day, no matter what, Twin Towers are gonna fly out. No matter what's gonna happen in your life, don't forget, tefillin on your head, on your hand, every single day. And Bezrat Hashem, that you're going to be careful with this mitzvah. Hashem is going to bless you, Bezrat Hashem, with a kosher wife, that you will tie her hair as well. And like this, you're going to have a tzanua wife. You're going to have a kosher chuppah and kiddushin. Yehi Ratzon, that we all should come and celebrate with you your wedding in the upcoming years. Yehi Ratzon,